we're in the dressing room warming up. And I just told her, like, how do you feel? Is there anything in your head that says you might lose? She goes, nope. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win this fight, I guarantee it. We'll be able to do this, counter the jab, look, come back to the right hand. But all that stuff's got to be in secret. That's why you do it all the time. If you want to win a championship, you have to have dimensions to your game. Look, like when we're at the fight the other day, and I see these people fight, I think, man, this person only did this. Man, that guy only did that. If this guy would have did this, it would have been more, it would have been worse for the other person. And people say, yeah, but they won. Yeah, but guess what? They could have been undefeated if they had these kind of things. Yeah. But you got to do it all the time, Agnesa. You have to do it all the time. I'm gonna be yelling. You're gonna be fucking hearing me in your sleep. Because if you don't do it, I'm gonna yell at, hey, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. And you might think, oh, this guy, fuck, can I do it wrong one time? No. You gotta do it so many times right that you can't do it wrong. 5 jabs in a row. Yeah. I remember when I had surgery doing this years ago. I think Agnesa's great. I like Elvina, she's cool, she has a great attitude. They both have talent. That's the thing, is they both have talent. It's just, can they bring it together? Can they put it all together and be able to think? So it's kind of like the last man standing. Whoever the last one, like Seniesa had all those teammates that she was, and they were all great amateurs. She was the last girl standing out of all of them. You know, it's not a coincidence that me and her started working. And they didn't want to do that. They wanted to keep doing the things because they had talent, and they wanted to do things easy. And look what happened to them. And then unfortunately, so many fighters, they do all this stuff with oxygen masks and all that shit, and then they fall apart in the fight. Because it's not, look, they think it's about their lungs, it's their mind that makes them do that. Because your mind, once your mind goes out, I don't give a what condition you are. I don't care how much muscles you have, it doesn't have nothing to do with anything. You're going to fall apart. Get that hand, it's over here tomorrow. That's only if you're going to fight somebody that has a good counter right, where you're going to do this. But look at, where does this hand go next? It goes here. But look at the back foot. Look at here, then here. Somebody that would perfect my style is just somebody that would believe. Somebody that would really believe. And if you believe, I could do something with you. And if you could take all this information and, like I said, some people can't. I've already worked with some guys that were pretty big stars. They couldn't understand it. They frustrated them right away. And they said they were coming back, and they never came back. Because they already set in their ways already. But more than anything, it's better you get a kid that's coming up, and he has a great mentality. That's the number one thing, is a great mentality. Because with somebody with a great mentality, you can train them to do anything. Countering their counter. That's one of the hardest things to do, is counter somebody's counter. Because that means that you have to catch their punches and roll with them, and they come back with yours. That's a dimension that a lot of females don't have these dimensions. But when they say, oh, this girl's so good, and then I watch her, this girl's good? Oh my God, she ain't shit. She's good because nobody knows how to beat that style. And she brings one dimension. Most women bring one dimension to the game. You got to be a girl that's going to bring different dimensions, like Seniesa. She could be able to fight going in and out, side to side. She could get close. She can go back. She could do, because we work on it so often. And the things that I'm telling you guys are the same things I told her back when she was 16 years old. I go, you have to have dimensions to your game. If you want to be special, you need dimensions to your game. Because I don't care how much talent you have. She had a lot of talent. The problem was, I guarantee you she would not be undefeated right now if me and her never met. And that's not talking shit. It's that I put a lot of dimensions in her game where she could deal with any style. Short, tall, skinny, fat, whatever. She could fight anybody. See, and that's something about me that I have to have. Because if I don't have that, I'm going to be scared in the corner. Oh my God, I hope that girl doesn't start doing this. Oh, she's going to start doing that. Fuck. We have no answer for that because I didn't know how to teach that, or I never taught that. So that covers my brain. That's me turning over every stone.
Oh, man.
In the end, I never want to fight her, because I could say, just let Agnesa get away with it. But if you get your ass kicked or something, you're going to say, oh, he sucked as a trainer. And I could have said, oh man, I could have showed her how to do it the right way. That's why it's not easy for me to say yes to training people. because it's a fucking headache. I mean, it's like, oh my God, like you guys don't even know. Even I was like, not nervous, but I was like, oh God, I gotta start this shit. Or I'm gonna come to the gym, and I like to do it, but only when people are receptive to it and they want to fucking learn. Agnesa, you like to say, oh yeah, everything's great. Tell me if you don't understand. That doesn't make you dumb. It just makes you not understand that. I get frustrated, and I go home and say, man, I'm frustrated. I can't deal with Nessa anymore. But then I'll come back to the gym. You're doing it right? I'll say, oh, all right. Nessa's got it. You're starting to get it. The problem is you need to get it. I'm sorry. I told you already that I went off on you today, but you frustrate me so much because you have talent. You're one of the toughest girls I've ever met. One of the toughest people I've ever met. But why have all that toughness when you can't do it technically? Because guess what? You're going to be walking around with scars all over your face. You're not going to know your name, and you don't want that. You want to be able to say, hey, I was a pro boxer. Really? Like Seniesa, she can tell people, I was a pro boxer. What the f***? There's no way. That's what I want. I want to see everybody win. Remember, this hand out, when you take a couple of steps this way, you push around your toe, this hand comes up because the hook might come. You got to be ready for that hook. Because I don't want you guys to wear yourself out mentally. I want you to be able to go home and think about stuff. Clean yourself up, whatever you gotta do. Then, do something else besides this. But I want you to think about it and what the things that I kept telling you to do. Embed it in your head.
Officially trained. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. It's exhausting in a good way, mentally. It's like a lot of new information and new things, which keep me exciting because I've been doing this for so long, and somebody coming in that gives me new things to learn and different ways, different dimension, like how he says it. It's, it turns me on in a way, where I'm like, oh, that's cool, and it gets me excited and it makes me look forward to the next session. So, but I do think there's, you think you know a lot, and then you're like, oh no, learn so much again, so new things. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's unique style, unique movements you wouldn't even think of, but that make, when you repeat it and really go through it and think about it, makes sense, and like how you can use them in the fight. And so it definitely is cool. It's nothing that's like, you're not doing anything unnecessary, but everything you do is like, it works and has a purpose. So that's pretty cool. It's definitely, like I already have like hella blisters on my feet right now from these 2 hours of movement, which just is more faster pitch kind of movements. Just different, and it's all your feet and shoulders work together constantly, the rotations. So nothing new you heard, but how he does it is different. So it's kind of hard to put in words too, for it to like sound that it makes sense, which I'm not trying to, but it's cool. And lots to learn, definitely. So I'm excited for this new journey with Dr. Dean. Yeah, everything he said so far just makes sense. So, and that's what you want to look into when you pick a coach. And of course, who has coached, and Seniesa is the best example. But also the things he says, there's nothing extra or too much he says. Everything that he says makes sense. So I really like that. Become absorbent in it. I do still sometimes in between rush, which has always been kind of a problem with me, where I'm like rush it and I think I got it, and then you repeat it, take a little break, and you do it again, and you still don't got it though, because it's a process. It takes time, and that's really good to be remembered again with something, when somebody else comes into and teaches you new stuff. So I enjoyed and we were like a month away, not even from the fight. So I think this last couple of weeks with him is just gonna make me sharp, and like I'm ready to put it in, rumble, let's get the win.